cleaned them, huh?
Yeah, I had to clean the lenses.
I didn't look that good.
It was kind of a glow with the big light behind you.
Okay.
You know, so had to clean it off a bit.
Clean it up.
There we go. Much better, less blur. Right? So I agree. Good day, everyone.
Good side?
I mean, when you're looking down, it's definitely on your good side. Yeah, that's not good.
That's a good side right there.
Christian. Yeah, sure, dude. You good? Did you call him? He's picking it up? Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so what do we got going on in the install bay today? I know what you're thinking. It's another F-150.
It's
What's
Friday.
up, Jeff? Is it Friday? I wish it was Friday.
It doesn't matter.
I need 5/7 of my week to disappear.
5/7?
Actually, I need 6/7. Living for a day.
Dude, you're gonna have a trip coming up.
Yeah, but that's a week away. Week and a half, 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. Listen, I'm ready. I'm already there. I'm already on this
You're
trip.
not here?
I'm not here. I haven't been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't been here since we got back from vacation, which really wasn't vacation. All right, so what do we do to this truck? Let's go through it. Let's break it down real quick. First thing we did was add in the Echo Master front camera license plate, so got that on there. We added in 4 screw holes. So if he wants to put a license plate in there, he can just pull this off. They're metal screw-ins that go in behind there. So it can be taken in and off as many times as we want. Oh, well, you know, good for you, Christian. Anyways, so that's done there. The nice thing about this is it has backup lines and reverse image, so we can turn all that nonsense off in the radio. The other thing you wanted to do was add in the Kenwood dash cam. So the 520 is all set and ready to go, all up in place. Just got to add the SD card to it. Where is the SD card?
The SD card is right there on the...
Oh, it's right there.
So a customer can do that?
Yep. Added in the Maestro dash kit. So this is the whole new dash kit. This one had the little tiny 4.3 inch screen in it. So this is the new Maestro, retains the factory AC controls inside of it. That's always fun. So got the 958. And this one also had a factory backup camera here. So he has the... On the 9158, when using aftermarket DSP, how do you set up the... I'll show you that. Let me hop in past you real quick. Okay, so retains the steering wheel controls, obviously. Turn it on here. So when you get done with one of these radios in this car, we're gonna keep our finger here so we can mute this. All right, so... Yeah, agreed. Come on, you can do it. All right, so we'll turn that down. All right, so the first thing you need to do when you get done with these, before you snap this panel in, is come over here to your air conditioning controls and turn it so that, count to 3, 1, 2, 3. Make sure that light comes on and stays on, holding it to 3. Turn it the other way, go 1, 2, 3. Make sure 1, 2, 3. To make sure that light stays on. These are the extreme left and right. Obviously, you have to hold them for a second just to get them to come on. You want it to lock in place. It's killing my demo. There you go. And then this controls the fan speed. These lights just have to come on like this. This is what you're looking for. And neither one of them, Ford doesn't make them so they accidentally turn on. They want them to, you know, come on and stay on. This has to do with the gear. When you put the kit together, you have to make sure that you set it up with this knob right here. If you do that, you're fine. There again, you just want to make sure they come on. If you get it wrong, you'll come all the way to here and it won't come on. Won't do this. So There we go. You can do it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so. Yeah, so each one takes a little bit of minutes. So you do that. Now your AC Max works, and that's what you're looking for. All right, let's go into the cameras for a second. You have your front camera. You have the factory rear camera, and you have the dash cam. And you can get that all straightened up. Okay, so get that level. And then what you want to do is go into here, go into settings, go into system, come down to, I always get this wrong.
What are you trying to do?
I need to get into driver support and then mount detection range. So what I want to do is set up my hood, which is here. And I can use these arrows to adjust that white line that's going to take it to the tip of my hood. Yep, goes very slow. And then I want to use these lines to adjust what would be the horizon line. So it's a truck, so there we go, just hold it. All right, so we know it's going to be very close for that. Then when you're done with that, come over here to mounting height and change it. This is a pickup truck, so we know it's a little bit taller. And then that's it. We want to just do that, and then we can like hide. And now we can go back, and then once we got that, we're done. Now, if I was going to hook this up to a DSP, what I want to do is come into crossovers. I want to hit crossover, and I want to go to my front, which is this blue line right here. Make sure this says through, go to my rear, make sure that says through, go to my subwoofer, and clearly it's on. So I want to actually need to go, wait, does it go this way? Nope, it goes this way. So I want to hit this until this says through. So I should see nothing but this on the screen for my crossover. And then once that's set up, I don't need to adjust any of these. Like I don't need to go and change any of these, just leave them alone because they will set crossovers automatically. You can come into the EQ and you can set this flat. So you hit preset select and then flat. We're gonna not do that. Come into, now all this stuff the only thing that would come on is that crossover. When you out of the box, this is gonna be all set to off. The EQ is gonna be set to flat. So you really don't have to do anything other than that one subwoofer output, and that's it. Everything else is off in the box. I don't even know why they do that for the subwoofer output. But yeah, that's it. Ooh, let's put that like that. And then we'll hit power, shut that off. And ta-da, that's the kit. That's the kit in all its glory.
What was the model number of the backup camera?
I don't know. It's on the box.
Echo Master.
Echo Master.
Cam LFDPLN.
And if you didn't get all that, that is it right there. And that one is black. So there you go. There's that. How does time alignment work? So that's a great question. And really, it's delay, it's capture and release. There's a bunch of different names for it that people are going to always argue about. They call it delay. And the idea is more understanding the idea is that you want to figure out what the speaker that is furthest from your head. So for example, I'm sitting here in the driver's seat. So the one furthest from my head is going to be that speaker right there. Okay, that driver's mid bass. So that is my 0 point, meaning that is the speaker that is the farthest one from me. The next farthest one from me would be that tweeter right there. And sometimes in these Fords, they're identical. It just depends where this seat is located. But usually it's either identical or an inch, maybe 2 off from that. So then I need to delay this one 2 inches. And then I'm going to come over to this guy here. And this could be, it's obviously a lot closer. So it could be 30 inches closer. So I need to add 30 inches of delay to it, or whatever the difference between. So I'm going to measure from here to here, and let's say this is 70. And let's say this is 30. That means I need to add 40 inches of delay to this speaker. And then whatever this is, I'm going to add that. And what it's doing is it's making It's holding and releasing very fast. And that is going to give us time alignment. So it's just slowing the channel down in relation to the farthest channel away. So that's the easiest way to think about it. Trying to think about all the mechanics of it. Now, okay, so there's two topics. We had Andy Waymeyer on earlier this year, and we talked to him about two topics that I really wanted him to talk about because he's more of an expert on those than I'll ever be, which is all pass filters and upmixing. Lake Florida's doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. Anyways, we edited those two videos out finally, and we put those over on the YouTube channel, Dyno Fernando's Car Stereo Clips. So one of them went up today, one will go up tomorrow. If you guys haven't caught those, now they're nice chewable chunks, and they're fantastic. It was great listening to them again because I hadn't obviously paid too much attention when I was doing it, but it was nice to be able to sit back, relax, and enjoy them. Okay, cool. And there we go. All right, what else we got going on here today? Really nothing. This morning we had a Porsche we had to knock out. That was a lot of fun. And that it wasn't fun. Other than that, it's just been a normal Tuesday. It's kind of nice. We're going to do some filming for videos in a little bit. So you guys will have content to learn from. The weather keeping with walk-ups away. So most of our jobs are booked out in advance. So we don't really deal with too many walk-ups. I mean, most of the time, there's a walk-up for us is someone that comes in and wants us to quote something out. But actually, just like having someone walk in and be like, "Hey," it almost never happens. I think we had it happen Saturday. Because of the storm, we had a job that we were supposed to do, and he rescheduled because he was worried about getting wet, which is perfectly understandable. And so we actually took a walk up. It was very strange because we don't ever really do that anymore. Hey, Dean, anywhere I could rent an SMD tool? Probably not. What do you need one for, I guess would be the real question. I mean, there are other tools you can get that are similar. Or you could just do the old-fashioned math. That's also an easier thing to do.
That would be good if Home Depot has those.
An SMD?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right? What is a fair rate to expect to pay for label per hour? It's going to depend on where you live, okay? So the reality is that is all set by where you live. Like the guys out in California get a lot more money than we get here in Florida. And the guys in Louisiana might not make what we make here. It just depends on where you're at. The guys down in South Florida are going to charge more per hour than what we charge here. So it just depends. Most of the time, it's whatever the car dealers are charging. So if you go to a Ford dealer and they're charging $150 an hour, then that's what you should expect to pay for $150 worth of labor, or $150 an hour. Every business does it a little bit differently. So some charge per item, and that's just an estimate as far as like it's going to take about this amount of time. We usually quote out by the day because most of the jobs most of the bigger jobs take days to do as opposed to hours. But then again, something like this, there is a per item rate, meaning we know how much over the time we figured out the average of how long it takes to do one of these. And so we have like a front camera charge, and we have a charge for a dash cam, and how much a radio, how long that should take to do. So that doesn't really fall into a per hour category. It's more of a per job category. So it's a little different everywhere you go. So that's a tough one. And don't ask me ours because I honestly don't know. That's Paul's job. FS for my tweeters? I don't know. What is it? Need SMD tool. Oh, okay.
Sometimes you can contact the manufacturer.
Most of the time you can contact the manufacturer. What kind of speakers are they? Please don't roast me for asking. No, not at all. Why would I do that? I mean, I get it. Zip tie surcharge? Yep. Running SMD tools like AutoZone, run a center tools would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Some people, I don't know how they do that crap, because like people must like do some really dumb stuff with that stuff. Kenwood Exelon reference XR703. Oh, yeah, that'd be the one speaker they're not going to give you the FS on. It's a 1703 HR high res. Do we have those?
Maybe.
You should go see.
Let me pull that car in.
Yeah. I'll have Fernando go see if we have a set next door. If we have a, yeah, that'd be interesting. I was gonna say, didn't we just do those the other day? Any experience with Tesla-style Android radios? Trying to find a solution? No. We, as a shop policy, do not do any of the Tesla-style radios from any manufacturer. Any manufacturer. Not to say that they aren't some that are good. There are. I'm sure there has to be. There's no way they can all suck. But it just falls out of our anything we want to get involved in. Has a 4.3-inch stock screen. This Ford F-150 did have the 4.3-inch stock screen. Yes. Hello. Yay. And there he goes. Bye, Fernando. So right now we're charging up the batteries on the Dyno. So these are the two big 2150s. So we're charging these bad boys up so that we can do a dyno on the Warhorse 1004. That's right, not the Warhorse, just the 1004. Because no one's going to do that. So hopefully we'll get these charged up enough to where they can handle that beast, and we can dyno it tonight and get you guys a video on that one. That would be fun, right? Because I don't, everyone talked about the Warhorse, but I don't think anyone has showed the inside of the 4-channel. So, kind of looking forward to taking it apart. Hi, Dean. Will you be using 3D printer for tweeter pods, or is it not your thing? No, that's actually a really good question. I am not savvy enough with the software yet to do that. Once, in a year from now, when we're a little bit more familiar with how Fusion 360 works, and we've got the scanner, the 3D scanner that I bought up and working, I don't see a reason why not. I mean, that was kind of the idea, is to do stuff like that. But right now, no. Right now, it's not on the list of things. And to be honest, I still don't like anything that anybody is doing. I find them very ugly. Like, I don't like big pods on the side of your A-pillars. I think it looks like crap. That's my personal opinion. So if I was to do it, it would be something that looked more factory. And that's kind of where I'm thinking I would want to be. So until I get to the point where I can do that, it's not in the cards yet. Lino, who's usually in the comments, Lino does that. He does a really good job with it. As far as selling pods to attach and stuff like that. So if you see him, or if you go and find Lino, he'll have pictures of it on his site. You might want to reach out to him, because he does do a really nice job with that. He's way more proficient with the software than I will probably ever be. But good day. Time alignment is crucial. I in my world it's important, but the one thing I've found is that not everyone agrees with that. Not everyone wants to hear sound that way. A lot of people are used to certain things, so a lot of older people are more accustomed to sound coming from behind them than in front of them, because they grew up with cars that had 3 3.5s in the dash and 6x9s in the back. And so they really like that sound. So sometimes when we introduce it to people, they're not as receptive. We have to kind of sell them on it. Usually when they hear it, it's a love-hate thing. They either think it's the coolest thing in the world or it's not. The nice thing is a lot of cars are coming with center channels. So, those. Oh, wow. So these guys here. Woo. Man.
So,
if anybody needs a pair of these, we got like 6 pair in stock.
So the instruction says...
Does it say the FS?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Fantastic.
It says, please contact your retail store.
It does not. I was going to say, it has nothing. I mean, if anything, it would be right here on the side of the box.
No, it doesn't. Ken would never put nothing.
Yeah, Ken. Yeah, no, that's not their thing. Now, the real question is, do you have a battery in your...
I don't know. But let's just look at the beautiful tweeter.
This is the unsung hero. Oh, I forgot they had these little mounts. Oh,
dude,
yeah.
We could have used
Dude, we
this
could have
one.
totally used these. Shit.
Oh. They look nice.
Oh, dude, they're fantastic. And they only need like 25 watts.
No.
Yes.
You got to put 120.
No. God, no. That's the thing. Peak power, 45 watts.
120.
No, right there. RMS power, 45 watts.
watts.
Dude, these use all natural crossover points.
1,000
It's very... This is like a kelp milkshake. Very all natural. Look at that thing.
I don't have a battery.
You don't have a battery?
No.
Really?
No.
Does anything over there have a battery?
It's dead.
Well, I'm sure it's dead. Hang on. I don't know if any of these are charged. Here, try this one. Try that one. See if that works. That was so lame.
No.
That one good? All right, cool. All right. Plug that in over here. All right.
Nope.
No, it's dead?
It's dead.
It died?
It died.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, hang on.
Did you order one?
No, I haven't ordered new batteries yet. All right, hang on. Let me...
Put it right there.
That's what I was trying to find. All right, hang on. I'm just going to set it, make it look at you.
Hi guys. Don't forget, this show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com. Exactly. MorelHiFi.com is the place that you can find new gear, new speakers, new amplifiers for your car. Go to MorelHiFi.com. You can find some cool stuff in there. You can check some pictures here on Instagram, Morel_America. And let's see if this one works.
No, this one works.
How do you know?
Because I took it out of my polarity tester.
Oh, that definitely
My
works.
polarity tester works. Okay, range, mid, high. Alright. Clear.
Alright.
Now let's see what happens here.
What do you do?
I didn't do anything. Alright, let's see. Fine. Yep, okay. Let's see if we can get this to work. So this what are you? Stop! Dude, that is annoying as shit.
But that's going to sound.
Yes,
see that?
I know. Yes, good job.
Okay. You gotta do something actually useful.
I hate this one. What are we doing to this?
So annoying. I'm just checking it.
All right. Not too far. that's right. Okay. So this says 2.8. I feel like it should be lower than that. Alright, let me do this. Let me go live. Alright. Oh, this is exciting.
What is it?
Well, .8. The FS is 1.8. Okay, sorry about that. So, the problem with this tool, it's not really a problem, it's just understanding how it works, is that you can select whether you want high range, pink noise, low range, mid range, and high range. And then you can set for min and max, and it'll auto detect. The problem that we found using this is that a lot of the tweeters, the FS is in the mid-range band and not the treble band. So, and then what happens when you're in the mid-range band is if you go like really low down to, let's say, 500 hertz, we know it's not, there's never going to be an FS of 500 hertz on a tweeter, but it's usually somewhere between 1.8, you know, something that, if 1.5, Morel might go down to 900, the hertz went down to 960, and the tweeter band doesn't do that. So you have to kind of finesse it a little bit to figure it out. The older one didn't have min max and it only had low and high, and so it was a little bit easier, but it didn't have min max on it. Yeah, so anyways, sorry about that. What's up with this?
Oh, my radio doesn't work.
So we have a factory radio that doesn't turn on?
I'm trying to see where is the fuse.
Whether it's under the hood or in the little magic box? It's probably in the little magic box.
Why?
I don't know. Okay. No way, Corolla all day. You want to get an Avalon. What?
Where is the fuse on this car?
Recommendation for an 8-channel output DSP. Thinking of a Tweak 88. Okay. So you're thinking of a Tweak 88. Pick yourself up the PSM Pro. 6 in, 8 out. Little tiny DSP. Awesome. There you go. Pick up one of those. That'll be nice. I like it better than that, but that's me. I like the software. This has awesome software. And Frank likes the Tweak 88. He's never used a PSM Pro. Moscone Pro 830, Odyssey. Yeah, okay. They're all amplifiers. They're not DSPs. They're amplifier DSPs. What does the owner's manual say in spec? They don't have it in there. What's up, Iowa Mike? They're not loud enough for me. LGDs in a Ranger video, you did not put them on the rear channels. How come? We did. Might not have seen them, but they went in there. Or we didn't use the rear channels. They might not have gone on the rear channels because we used the rear channels to power the rear speakers. So if we're not disconnecting or cutting anything, but if there was, yeah, so I think in that car we didn't do rear speakers, so you had the rear speakers connected to them. Have you messed with the slate fiber components? Believe it or not, no. Tried to. The price difference between a slate fiber and a flax really isn't that much. So we sell way more flax. The nice thing about the slate fiber is that you do have the two-piece crossover. So you can put the tweeter in the mid in 2 totally different spots, which is cool, and you don't have to worry about the crossover so much. But surprised y'all don't keep batteries in stock. So we do, but okay, so like I got 2 here, I got a 3rd one on the charger. The problem is these are the Amazon specials, and they only work for about 1.5 years, and then they die. And then you're like, oh crap. So, you know, I'm over the rechargers, and we have obviously a ton of stuff that takes 9-volt batteries. Now I'm missing this. So it's, you know, you run into that situation where, you know, the batteries die. It's like a freaking Makita or the Milwaukee batteries. It's like they work and then they stop, and you're like, oh, come on, really? So I need to order some more batteries, but what I think I'm going to do from now on is just buy non-rechargeables to get the lithium 9 volts that like Energizer makes or whatever battery, because even though they just die, they seem to last the longest. 3D printer power cable thingy. Okay. Pulling it out. Yeah, I mean, you gotta pull it out. You're killing me, guys. The suspense. I'm sorry. We got it done though. Yeah, I was busy buying stock yesterday and today. Oh, very nice. DMRL Maximal Ultra tweeters or Kicker KS tweeters. I mean, Bobby, you're a Kicker fan. Why would you want to not just get Kicker? I mean, kind of seems like all would not be right with the world if you switched up and got a different tweeter. I mean, then you might like Morels, and then you'll be like, oh, my whole life, what have I done to myself? I've neglected myself of Morel by buying this other brand. Oh no, poor me. I should buy all new speakers. Yeah, you don't want that. That'd be terrible. Christian, calm down. The FS tells you about how loud it can get. No, it tells you what the good crossover point is. The efficiency will tell you how loud it can get. So when you know what the efficiency is, which that's probably not on the box either, because why would it be? Sensitivity 83. Not too exciting. Peak power. Wow, that's so crazy. This was probably these speakers, as gorgeous as they are, and they sound fantastic, but this was definitely an epic fail as far as Kenwood was concerned. This was a speaker they brought over from the other side of the world, thinking that we here in America could like these, and we never did. We never got them. They never sold. They never did anything. But look at that! Like, how sexy is that, man? I mean, dude, that is so awesome. Like, this is brass. This isn't plastic. I mean, it's so nice. It's really a nice speaker. It was designed to work with like an 802.5. Just go right in. There is no big passive crossovers at all. It's all just these little guys right here. That's it. That's all you need. The speakers use natural roll-off points. I mean, if you're going to put a DSP in, always use DSP, but you got the cool little mount for them here. It's really a cool speaker. It's a shame that, like I said, it just never did anything for them, which is a bummer. Because it just came and went, like so many other things do. Does the Mobile Solutions tone generator use actual sine wave? Seems like cheap ones use square waves. Mobile Solutions has a tone generator? I mean, we have the polarity tester. That's all I've ever used from Mobile Solutions. If you're talking about like one of these cheap things here, like these things suck. Yeah, I mean, everybody sells this. It more or less sucks. And they're tone generators. If you want an actual tone generator that's precise, then you need the piece we were just using. The IMSG is really the only one that does like a perfect sine sweep. Like when you turn the dial, it stays. It doesn't clip out. You know, Tony did a good job on that. He also charged like $350 for it. So many dogs are going crazy. I know, right? Anyone see that movie Frequency? Probably. Hi. What did you fellas print up today on the 3D printer? Today we didn't do anything on the 3D printer. It just kind of sat here today. Honestly, I don't think we've printed anything this week. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, we did. We printed, we have cameras that we added into here. And so we printed some camera mounts for them, which is really cool. Morel's in the house. New product alert. Phone keeps ringing and I'm missing the lives. Well, cool. Did you fix the RGB in the showroom? Yes, we did. The only thing I got to do now is I got to link them back up and get the timing right because the timing is off. But yeah, we have this. This was the culprit. So they sent me a new one, and I got it working. So life is good. Did you find anything?
Nothing.
Really? You haven't found a fuse?
I'm gonna find a fuse.
Yeah, it works?
Fuses are fine.
Really? Sorry, I didn't mean to make you look at my nose. So the radio's bad.
I don't know.
Dude, I really don't want to take that dash apart.
That's the one that cracks.
That is the one that cracks. So as far as I'm concerned, unless he's buying a new radio, we're not taking that apart.
100%.
So if we've checked all the fuses and all the fuses are good, then
yeah,
that's as far as we can go.
Yeah.
These radio dashes suck in these Nissans. Like this is the worst. Yeah, these things just all shatter.
The whole thing shatters.
Yeah, because they put these big metal clips here and here. I mean, sometimes you get lucky, and like I would hope we'd get lucky because this is a newer one, but it still makes my butthole pucker. How hard would it be to add a 6-speaker setup? All right, how hard would it be to add to a DSP to a 5-channel amp with 6-speaker setup? You guys did the system in my Tacoma fully active Alpine PDX V9 on the front. I don't know. No telling. It would just be something we'd have to look at. I'd have to have eyes on it. And then I could tell you. We did it a long time ago, clearly, because it was a PDX V9. I haven't done one of those in forever. I was just asking, I might get a free pair of Morel Ultra tweeter. Like I said, Bobby, that's how it starts. You get a free pair. I mean, you'd be silly not to put them in. I mean, you got a free pair coming. Give it a go, man. Give it a go. You might love them. And then you'll be pulling out all that kicker and putting in some Morel. Oh, the day. Sad day. What's up, Danny? Ah, dude, my lights died. What the hell? Oh, that sucks. Huh. That's very depressing. That is very depressing. So, I was thinking the other day, this area here so there's no shelf here. And the reason why there was no shelf here is because we had the bigger 3D printer there, and it took up this space right here. My thought is that I could order another one of these shelves, put it here, and then we could stick some more shit up there because you never have enough room. And then put another shelf here, and then more lighting. That would be cool because these aren't going to stay here. We've decided that I don't want these to stay here because they're noisy and they run forever. So these are going to go up front somewhere. We just don't know where yet. So I'll just order another 8-foot light. Fun. Yes, Bobby won a contest. Austin Forza C8 and the KX2 speaker LGDs. The S and T words are very sharp. What frequency do I need to tune down? 6.8 and 8,000 are typically your sounds. Are those two. So 6,800 and 8,000, somewhere in that range. Work with those two and see what that clears up for you. Yes, Danny. That's an old joke. Hey, it's Eric Markland. What's up, buddy? Speak of tone generator, have you played with the new Recoil MT1 Dyno? No, I haven't. It's on my list of things to do. Marty is out of town right now, and so I don't want to bug him because he's out at Sturgis in South Dakota doing his motorcycle crap. So I know Brian Mitchell bought one. He told me the other day. Of course he did. I was like, you suck. So he hasn't had a chance to play with it. But no, it's definitely on my list of things to do. Have you guys used the DS18 speakers? We sell them. But no, typically we do not use them in any of our installs because we don't really do too many loudspeaker setups. Tell the guy to get a Bigfoot proof radio in the Nissan. Yeah, a few years ago, 2019 was the PDX V9. Okay, so that's like 5 years ago. It's not a few. Few's 3. But yeah, either way, bring it by. We'll come up with a plan. Opinion on tuning the DSP amps from audio control on an iPad. Oh, you can totally do it. I don't see why not. It would work fine. I would put this away. I'm going to drive off, leaving the fender skirt on. Wouldn't be the first time. If you could. So what I would do if I was, so here's the only problem with tuning it on an iPad, any DSP for that matter, is taking a screenshot so that you can mirror left to right. A way around that would be, obviously, if you had two iPads or if you had an iPad and an iPhone, you could plug it into the iPhone, take a screenshot, plug it back into the iPad, and then do the adjustments and kind of have the two screens, one with the screenshot and one active, so you can kind of line the two up. Because it's really hard to do that, without. So, and you really need to mirror left to right to do it properly. Unless you're just going to do a front tune, a rear tune, and call it a day. If you're going to do that, then don't worry about that. But if you want to match left to right, taking some form of screenshot and having that up visually for you to see so that you can match the dots is really that. Yeah, it would be the case with anybody's DSP. Is just matching those things up. You're welcome. Any idea when the Maestro A to B might be available? I know, right? I mean, come on. It's sad. We've done the... How am I bleeding? Oh, let's go. I'm bleeding. That it? Okay. So we had our sample. We shot the video on it. I sent the sample out to Tennessee to Sounds Good Stereo. So Sage has it right now. And I think he was putting it in last week to do some testing with it. But that doesn't tell me when the other unit is going to come. What I'm really waiting for is the mic interface so that I don't have to run mics anymore. I can just use the factory. If you've done any iData stuff recently, like the RR, there's the orange plugs. That's going to be for the new universal mic adapter so that we don't have to change the mics or add in a mic. It should be great. If you want true SQ, you pay a guy to play acoustic guitar in your car for you. I mean, you could get a mariachi band, right? That'd be fun. Just have them sit in the back seat. Thoughts on any tweeters when you have coaxials in the front door? This is a tough one. because it depends what you're trying to do. But I will tell you, if you're trying to make it louder and more crisp, it will do that. It'll do it every time, and you won't be disappointed. You'll be like, holy shit, this is so cool. It's actually kind of weird. We recently did a vehicle that had coaxials in the door, and he was like, I wanted you guys to tune it and do all this fun stuff, and like, okay, cool. And so the problem was we had coaxials in the door, middlers in the top of the dash, and we bandpassed the doors so that the middlers would be our dash. And what we ran into is that the middlers just did not put out enough high frequency. It sounded very dull and lifeless, which was no good. So we ended up turning the coax on a joke. I was like, hey, let's just see what happens if we turn the coaxials back on. And holy shit, because we had time aligned them, and so it's a two-way. So the tweeter was already aligned, and immediately it was like, oh wow, that sounds like a million times better. It stayed in, the alignment stayed. So it sounded great, but there again, that was not two tweeters, that was a middler and a tweeter. And so essentially, we did a three-way set with the tweeter down low in the door, but because the middler was up high in the it actually worked really well. In the past, we've done coaxials with tweeters in the dash, but in the past, I mean, like the distant past, we used to do that all the time. Rockford used to make a set of coaxials that came with two tweeters so that you could do that right out of the box. Put the tweeter in the dash and a tweeter in the door, which makes it louder. If you're looking for louder, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing that. It'll definitely make it louder and more exciting.
Back?
No, I'm going to charge yours and just put it in my thing. Or I'm just going to go buy some batteries.
Did we find out was the FS?
Yeah, it's like 1.8.
What?
1.8.
Wow.
No, that's all right. 1800? That's about right. You know, cross it over at 36.
32?
Well, I'd cross it over 36, 32, 36. Somewhere in that range. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
What do you recommend for doing a full radio speaker change out in a Grand Cherokee WK2? I'm assuming that means like something along the lines of the Kicker Kenwood or Kicker Kenwood. Those would be cool. Kenwood, like the Kenwood, if you want everything to match. Kicker and Kenwood both make a set of speakers that'll go in there. So one of those two guys would be fantastic. If you want the curtains to match the drapes, then Kenwood, for sure. Sounds good. My camera roll between my phone and my iPad are shared, so okay, perfect. That will be fantastic. Thoughts on 12s versus 10s? It's 2 inches. Who doesn't want 2 inches? I mean, 2 inches more? Come on, everybody wants 2 inches more. What's the word on the new Orion line coming out?
Just a word.
Just a word.
Coming out.
It's coming out. Woo. I mean, everyone that I've talked to about it in my world.
What do they say? They have an opinion?
So everyone has an opinion. Yeah. Opinions are like farts.
And?
We all do them, and sometimes they stink.
Stink.
So I'm going to reserve my opinion, although I feel like I've already given it way too freely on that one. Listen, I am an old school Ryan fanboy for sure, but $2,200 for a 2-channel 200-watt amplifier, man, there's no way to make that sound good in my head.
It's the best.
It's not going to happen, especially one that's like 22 inches long. Thinking of dash cam for my wife. Any recommendations? Plug and play, please.
Yes.
ThinkWareOnline.com. That's ThinkWareOnline.com.
They have a cigarette lighter plugged in, or a hardwire.
Yeah,
kit.
Hardwire. You can do the OBD2.
So you can do that. They're great.
So we actually have a video that shows you how to do a multitude of different ways that are super simple, connecting to your OBD2 adapter in the little corner of the dash. Just type in ThinkWare. We're going to make a whole line of new ones here soon because we just got a bunch of new ThinkWare dash cameras in, so we're pretty excited about that. Because everyone wants a 2-channel now. When we did it, it was a 1-channel, so it'll be a nice 2-channel ThinkWare. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty exciting.
I'm very excited.
I'm happy you're happy.
Well,
that's it for now, guys. We're going to let you get on with your day. It is Tuesday, which doesn't mean squat other than it's not yet Wednesday. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. Yeah, that was exciting. For the guy that asked about these, or if anybody wants to get a pair, because they're like, oh my God, these are so cool. And they are.
Have them on sale.
You know, it'd be totally have them sale. You know, it'd be really cool.
What?
If you get a set of these and like a box from Dayton, like the little 6-inch, and make a bookshelf set of speakers out of these, that'd be fantastic. The 2-channel mean front and rear. 2-channel means left and right. Does not mean front and rear. There is no rear and 2-channel audio. There's just a 2-channel behind your head. Doesn't mean that. It's not surround sound. That's it. That's all we got. You guys have a great day. Bye. What's good?
Huh?
What is good?
The whole thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, so, put up the Jeep video the other day.
Yeah.
You putting in the rear speakers.
I'm so sorry.
And, you didn't have any glasses on, protect your eyeballs. So so being a grown-ass adult, not deciding to wear proper eye protection.
Bad business, bro.
That's total bad business, bro.
Bad business, bro.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Totally.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
Jesus, man, it's so hot.
Somebody from Sounds Good Stereo.
A Sage?
I don't know who it is.
That's
I have a question since you guys are masters and the audio game. Well, ask the question. Telling us you have a question usually should be preceded by the question and or just ask the question. Because now you could get lost in the wash. So what we have here is a Toyota Highlander 2019. What's up? It's in today for 1007. This guy right here, which is the navigation version of the 1057. So it has Garmin Nav built into it. Yeah, not much else to say about it. It's a big floating screen, obviously. This SD card actually works on the 1007, and the SD card spot on it is for the Garmin updates that go in it if you ever decide to update it. Now, it still does wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. So essentially now you have 4 navigation systems, one built in. So you have Garmin built in, you have Apple Maps, Android Maps, or Google Maps, sorry, and Waze capable. So if you get lost with this radio on your dash, you're either the dumbest person in the world. I got nothing else past that, because you need to go with God, because he's your co-pilot if you can't figure that out. Guess you won't get lost. You'd be surprised. All right, so here we go. The question he was asking. Worked on a 2023 Bronco with fake sound and used a LC2i, and I'm getting rumbling sound. I guess it may have ANC. I'm not sure. What should you recommend? All right, so if it had the BO system in it, then it's going to have fake engine noise. Ford refers to it as ANC, automatic noise canceling is what ANC acronym stands for, but it doesn't mean that for Ford. For Ford, it's a rumble that is designed to make the car sound more throaty in the exhaust. It's really annoying. The non-BO system does not have it. If you have a BO system in the car, there's a couple choices you can do when upgrading just a subwoofer. One is if you have a Ford dealership in town and they're not a bunch of douchebags, you can go to them and ask them to turn it off. They'll charge you $120 usually, and they'll turn it off. If that isn't the case, like you can't get anyone to do that, your second option is to buy the ForScan programmer off of Amazon and download some shady ForScan software to hack the vehicle, and then you can turn it off. There's plenty of YouTube videos showing you how to do that. The third option, which is what I prefer, is to just sell them a multi-channel amplifier, a BO adapter. I know the simple solution is just add a subwoofer to the vehicle, and we should be able to do that. But in this case, it might make more sense just to sell them a multi-channel amp, the proper adapter. And the reason for that is because the factory system sounds like crap. There's a bunch of equalization done to it. There's a bunch of crossovers in the wrong places. And so by just adding a subwoofer, you're going to give them some bass, but nowhere near the bass you'd give them if you were to put the BO adapter in. So though it adds more money to the expense, that's where that savvy salesman comes in, and you kind of explain what's happening and why you should do this, and then you sell them like a multi-channel amp, not a 5-channel. For the love of God, do not sell them a 5-channel because you have a lot going on. So something 8 or 10 channels would be fantastic. You know, there's a bunch of them out there with DSP. It takes it up to a much more expensive system, but in the end, they're going to be a lot happier. But those are your options and how to deal with that. It kind of sucks.
Hello? Yeah.
Can I borrow you from... How do you borrow a human being?
You just borrow it.
Just borrow it?
Yeah.
So you're on loan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you
realize how bad that sounds, right?
No.
Can I borrow you? Hey, could you come over here and help me for a minute, please? I feel that, but can I borrow you?
Yeah.
I'm really not out for loan, though.
I mean, we are. In
No.
this life, we are.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You are.
No.
We are.
No.
Everybody is.
No, I don't think so.
Unfortunately.
I don't think so.
It is.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
It's okay, man.
I get it.
Don't feel bad.
I told you. Maybe they won't know how to use... Well, Garmin is like one of the easiest navigation systems to use. Plus, with CarPlay, you literally just tell it where you want it to go, and it takes you there. I mean, you might be a mile or two off. I would like to thank you for your info. Man, no problem. I know, that one sucks. And to be fair, we're going through that same problem right now. We have a customer that they're trying to get it turned off, and our Ford dealership here are just not being cool about it. They're being total jerks. And it's like a lot of guys will just say, just use ForeScan. And it's like, yeah, you can. But then I can't get them to do something like turn off a feature in the car. Could you imagine if I went in with software that wasn't authorized to go in the vehicle and something was to happen and they program in and they see that somebody was peeking around in there? I mean, yes, there's laws against them saying they can't, but it's just not worth the fight. It's not worth the fight. You try to do it the right way and they're just jerks about it. 2024 Toyota Tacoma with the factory sub. What is the best way to upgrade for more bass? So I don't think PAC has released the Amp Pro for the 2024 yet. I think that's next to come out. I want to say that's next to come out, like within the next couple months. The Amp Pro for that would be out. I would check their website. Go to pac-audio.com. If it's not out yet and you're just in like, I got to do it right now, you just need to go in with the electrical RTA and test to find out if it has fake engine noise, if it has a good signal you can reuse. And that's legit what, anytime we put a video like 2 months ago. It says the process for interfacing, for adding a high level sub or something like that into a car. And we walked you through our process. And one of the things that you absolutely should have in order to do any integration into a car is an electrical RTA. An electrical RTA will tell you every single thing you need to know about the signal that you're about ready to tap into. Is there fake engine noise? Is there enough frequency for me to actually do what I need to do? Does it sound good? All those things you can see plus more. But, you know, is there an all-pass filters, active crossover? Is there bass roll-off? That's, you know, which is loudness. You can see that with an electrical RTA. So you'll know everything there is to know about that signal before you even tap a wire, you got to tap 2 wires because you got to see, but before you put anything in the car, you could physically know everything there is to know about the signal you're getting ready to get into. That's why the IRTA2 exists, because as an installer and trying to make everyone else's life easier, when I first got my electrical RTA years ago, I bought a PAA3 and it was $500. Now it's like $7, which is astronomical. this guy right here. This was, hold on, flip this around. This was my first electrical RTA. I got this guy right here. Okay. And then I bought a second one, and I have a third one that Fernando has, and then I have the X, and then I have the 2, and then I have a ML1. I bought the Edge car piece, DMRTA. Bought Andy's piece. I have an audio control, big one there. There's another DMRTA. There's the JL Max. There's a acoustic, old school one right up there. There's the tune kit for the Helix. There's a Barney over there. And sitting right here on my toolbox is my RTA2, this guy. Okay. I know this is a shameless plug, but the reality is that this device makes your life easier. You don't have to worry about what it is you're stepping into. And you can get $25 off right now if you want to buy one. Use coupon code HOT at checkout. Regardless of that, that's just what we're doing right now. But the question is always the same. How do I see? What do I tap? That is the answer. So if you want one and you want to make your life easy and you don't want to have to ask me or rely on someone else, you want to take life into your own hands and control your own destiny, go to dnftooldrar.com, buy one, type in the coupon code HOT, H-O-T, save $25. That's it. That's all we got. Does being borrowed pay good? Not really. I have a DSR-1 and a 2022 Tacoma. It crapped out. What do you recommend I replace it with? So you have two options. You can buy a new DSR-1, which it crapped out. I get it. Once bitten, twice shy. Totally understand. Or if you'd like to keep your life easy, not have to do a bunch of rewiring, if you pick up this piece right here. Hang on. Ow! Ow, that hurt. Oh, got my fingernail. Cardboard. It's really not that hard to open. Okay, this is the PSM Pro from Arc Audio. So this is this guy right here. Arc Audio's PSM Pro. You'll need two pieces. You'll need the PSM Pro, which is this little cool box right here, and you'll need a iData AR, not an RR, an AR. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to unplug your DSR-1, which has this exact same harness in it. You're going to unplug it from the DSR-1, and you're going to plug it into here. All right, and then you're going to unplug the other connector, looks exotically like this, out of the DSR-1. It's going to plug into here and also into the AR, and then there's a wire that goes from the AR to this, and you're done. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's as easy as you. Now you have the Arc Audio DSP, and it connects via USB-C to your computer. And it uses Arc Audio DNA software. If you've never seen that before, you can download it and start playing with it. If you want to see an overview of it, we did have Brian Mitchell on not too long ago. I'm working on a condensed version of it because it's a long version, but there's a 1 hour video that will walk you through every option that the software has. Plus, we talk about it all the time on the show. But it's not an iPad software. It's a much more advanced software to play with. So those are really your two options for keeping the AR function or the iData functionality. Yeah, okay. I was doing some acrylic today. Nice shirt. Yep, these are the new 5-star shirts that we're trying out. Trying different combinations to see what works best. I like the sleeve, so we have different things. Like this flag usually ends up over here on the sleeve. Then we have the Run DNF that goes here, and then we switch these out. But these have the cool little 5-star logos on them. They're pretty neat. So we're trying out. So the idea by next year is that if you visit here, like a lot of people do, we'll just have bins, and you can design your own T-shirts. So if you want a regular 5-star logo like this, but bigger, if you want the American flag one, you can put it here. If you want a DNF on this side, IRT on this side, or vice versa. So you'll be able to pick all the little pieces you want. If you're like one of those guys that like one on the neck, and then we just build your T-shirt for you, and that's it. So that's the plan anyways. So we'll see how it goes. You need
the box mic today that Fernando loves. Oh, yeah. I'm sure everything you're saying today is very interesting if I could hear it. LOL. Okay. Sounds fine here. The music is louder than the voice, but then again, I could be going deaf from pushing my... there's no music. There's actually no music playing here at all. Hello. Yeah, what's up, Ada? Anyways, that's what's going on. That's what we got happening in the Bay today. We did do one fun thing. I did one fun thing this morning. And I know you guys that follow the YouTube channel we're like, where's the video today? Didn't get out today. What's up, Mr. Berg? Hopefully we're going to film it here in the next couple minutes and I'll get it out tomorrow, hoping. That's the plan anyways. You guys are going to like this one. It's an unboxing, but it's a very special product that I know a lot of you guys are interested in. We actually talked about it already, so it's not like I'm giving anything away. But big numbers on the Dyno. Big numbers on the Dyno. What's up from Springfield? So I'm getting next weekend. I'm taking the weekend with the family to kind of just decompress. We're going on a cruise, and so Disney does their cruises. You always hang crap on the door. Like for Christmas, we had the Christmas tree. So for this trip, we're gonna have this stuck on the door. So because it's a pirate themed cruise. So there's lighting. I got to do the lighting on it. So that'll be tomorrow, I think, or Saturday. But that's the pirate ship. So a couple different layers of acrylic and lots of time. So yeah, I'll have magnets on it. It sticks to the door. Battery pack goes inside of it. But yeah, that was last night's. I'm gonna do something for myself, and I designed this. So it's what is it? 4 layers of acrylic. So there's a white back. This is, I don't know what color this is. We just had this laying around. It was perfect for the moon. There's actually some texture on it that you can't see on the phone. And then this is another piece of acrylic, blue acrylic here. This is a second layer to kind of let it pop up a little bit. And then this is etched 2-color vinyl. So yeah. No, it won't have motors. It'll have magnets and it'll have lights. It'll stick right to the door. So there'll be no motorization. Definitely going to the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster. It was amazing. It's pretty insane. It is definitely pretty insane. I've done it though, so I will not be doing it again. Have you tried using your iPhone for 3D scan printing something? Not yet. I've watched Tom Miller do it. When we were doing the Ramsey Todd Ramsey build, he used it to 3D print the little thing that went into the ashtray for the volume knob. It was pretty cool. He used the little LiDAR scanner app for that and was able to design something that slid into place. We do have a 3D scanner here I bought. It's still in the box. So at some point, it's just a matter of figuring everything else out. So we'll get to that. Looks like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I mean, that's the idea, but, whatever. Were the new audio control amps developed before or after they were sold? Those are all new, so that is something that Stinger is producing. It had nothing to do with the old audio control, so those are not old products that were shelved and were going to come out. Those are all new, designed by Stinger products that are coming out. The Altitude, which we'll talk about tomorrow on the news. Yep. I hate that ride. Yeah, he's talking about the Guardians. It's definitely, you got to really love roller coasters. Hey, from Seattle, really need someone to bring you and explore with a BO system to see what you do with it. We've already done one. We've done a couple actually. The one with the BO system, the gentleman wanted to go full active on the front doors, so we actually had to take the front doors off of the vehicle, so to get the wiring to go into the vehicle. Because you can't, even though the mid-range and the mid-bass are in the door, it's actually only one wire. So that sucked big time.
And so we ended up having to pull the doors off of the car, running the wires into the door, and then we did like an LC 61200 audio control on the front stage. We did a ACM 2.300 on the rears, an LC 1.800, and then we put a DM 810 in it. I think we did a full video on it. I think the video exists, and it was a audio Focal 3-way set and coaxials in the rear. That was a pain. It was a pain. Looked good though. Sounded great. What's going on with audio control inventory? Man, I wish I knew. I have no idea, but yes. Apparently they get product they sell out. It's not a bad thing to have, but I don't know. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to let you go there. I'm going to pull this car around so the customer can have it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Tomorrow morning is the news, so be 9 o'clock here, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be telling you what has happened in the last week in the world of 12-volt. So tune in for that, as well as tonight. If you got nothing to do, tune in to the Hi-Fi Vein Network. We're going to be doing side jag and reverse polarity, which are 2 talk shows we do. We're going to be talking about all the fun stuff that we talk about there. That's it for you now. You guys have a great day. See ya. Hi, Fernando.
Hi, Dan.
How are you?
Oh, like $1 million.
$1 million bucks?
Yes.
Really?
Oh. Kidding me?
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have said
Do you know how $1 million looks like or feels like?
No.
Me neither. I just say it because people say it.
I mean, I feel like it has to be $1 billion now.
Billion?
I mean, $1 billion sounds better because you got the dual B action going on.
Okay.
But that's just me. I mean, hey, it's Arturo.
Arturo.
I gave him shit too.
What?
Well, because he made that he 3D printed that thing for his T-square. He didn't put any screws to it, so I guess he's not actually going to attach it to the wall. Because you don't want to drill into it after you 3D printed it because, there's a honeycomb inside of the 3D print that just won't work out so good. So now he's got to redesign it, put holes in it, and then reprint it for 2.5 to 10 hours. The joys of 3D printing life. But happy Friday, Fernando.
3D printing is hard. I don't care what people say about it's so much easy. It's hard. It's hard.
Designing is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, designing is hard.
Yeah.
Fernando's
good.
Fernando's back. I mean, that technically is his back. I mean, you know what I find is funny? I always say your name during the videos. And so everyone knows, oh yeah, where's Fernando? And then they don't know mine.
I don't understand.
Well, yeah, but I never say Dean.
Well, because everybody know,
Not everybody, you can't say that. Like that guy yesterday, he knew, what's your name again?
No.
Yeah.
He told me hey man, I watch you guys
I watch you guys, but he didn't necessarily say.
No, he said, Dean and you, and I'm like, cool, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Dean, we know you. I mean, I hope so, but, there again, don't care. But I think it's funny.
You?
Yeah.
Don't care?
You're the other guy. Oh, I mean, I care too much.
Where's the white guy?
Yeah, where's the white guy?
That's it. That's how it is.
Dean, I remember your name. Oh, thanks, Frank.
What is your name again?
I mean, my parents screwed it up, so...
Really?
Yeah, because they were the kind of parents that didn't love their kid. They named him something and then called him something different.
So I don't love my kid?
You don't love your kid. Yeah.
So I don't love my kid?
Yeah, you're so... LOL, the white guy. Trust me. That's actually... People do that. They'll be like, hey, who's the white guy?
So...
Which is great. Slightly racist, but that's all right.
This one time, people came. Then it's literally just not sitting, but just kind of
I was working on the counter.
No, hang on. Laying on the counter, and we're talking.
Did you say laying on the counter?
Laying.
Leaning. There we go. No, that's okay.
Leaning.
We'll get to the bottom of it.
Leaning on the counter, and these guys came in, and he's like, oh my God, Fernando, I watch you guys just videos, and everything is so nice, and blah, blah, blah. You and the other guy, where's the other guy? And I'm like, Dean is right there in front of, right here, me talking,
I
Dyno
do.
is right there. And Dyno is like this. You know? And I'm like, right there? And Dyno is like, oh, I'm not the guy. And the guy's like, no, it's not the guy.
I go, right, I'm not the guy.
This is the guy? Oh my god, yes, it's Dyno. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, the glasses. That's what the glasses are.
Well, no, it's Clark Kent, Superman.
Okay, slow down. That's not how it goes.
Clark Kent.
No.
Dude, totally freaked out my mom. I was walking around with my glasses off. She's like, oh, I didn't even recognize you. I'm like, who the hell else would be back here? We hired a new guy, and he can see. Yeah, I'm her son, but no. Okay, I'm doing a GS9
Ooh.
and tablet HD project you guys wanted to attempt. Oh, we're doing it now. You want to DM me when we're done?
What?
Speedy boat.
Speedboat?
Yeah, that'd be all Fernando. Speedboat TV. Okay. So it's Speedboat V.
So what are we doing now?
I don't know. They're doing a GS9.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You're gonna love that radio.
I know. It's so sad. You're gonna miss yours. Afternoon. After you told me about the aux out into the
RSX?
Yeah. I bought all the stuff for CTSV. Oh, very nice. Ah, okay. Gotcha.
What? Yeah.
Gotcha.
What does that mean? I don't know. I'm still confused.
I know. We covered this in a previous video, so it's all good.
Okay.
I got me a GS9 last year. Everyone needs to just buy 9500s now. Apparently, they're the new hotness. So, Mr. Berg! You know, I was talking to somebody the other day. Because Berg, I feel like Berg has, like, disappeared for a while there. Which, it happens. Everyone has a life.
Yeah.
This guy needed a remote based on... And I was over there, and I told him to come over here and talk to you because we had one. I just, for the life of me, couldn't remember. Because, like, I'm Okay, did it stop? Oh, no, it's actually still going.
Yeah.
Oh, that was neat.
So, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
So, anyways, because of Berg's bass knob.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if he's still building those.
That would be good, you know?
9500 will be going in the wife's car. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, because when we were out at Atlantic City, and he was talking to Beulah, Chris, about what our plan was to GS9 9500, he of course looked at him, gave him that pitiful parent look where he's like, "You're
Are
stupid."
you stupid? He
Like,
told me that.
He's like, "Are you so stupid?"
He's like,
and-
why are you so stupid? Like,
Yeah, like nobody needs to do that. And he's like, "You're fine. You don't need to do that. That would be silly."
Yeah.
I mean, we could just because if we wanted to be silly, but that would, yeah.
That's stupid.
Waiting on patents is a real pain. Understand that, Mr. Berg.
Yeah.
No problem. Hi, Dean and Fernando. How are you doing? How are you doing? You doing
I'm
okay?
doing great.
Yeah? A little tired
yeah.
this week.
It's been tired, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you were tired this week. You were tired and sneezy. Like
Yes,
your allergies are just like killing it over
not
here.
having it.
No.
But hey, it's still here, it's killing it.
Yeah. What the hell was
I
that?
don't know. Something, you know.
But no, everything is what it is. It's. I feel like at this point in the year, it's just going through the weeks. You know, like July, August. You know, everyone's coming back from vacation, getting ready for school. It's like you're kind of waiting for that next thing to happen. SEMA is not right around the corner, but it is down the road a bit closer. You know, want to find out if that's going to happen the way it's supposed to, because we're supposed to be there with Rockford, but still need validation on that. There's a couple other things going on between now and then we have just a lot of other stuff that we have to get involved in. So yeah, it's definitely not the coast to the end of the year that we'd hope for, but you know, whatever. All right, adding IR temp monitoring to it also. Man, that thing is going to be ridiculous when you're done. I had a GSX yesterday. Got to have the gaming and movie and the P-Hub and the caddy. Jeez. Okay, there you go. All about the screens. Oh, for sure. Yeah, so today was an interesting day. So we don't know how tomorrow's going to go as far as like Y'all got roto zip working? Yes, that was Fernando grinding away on the roto zip.
Pretending.
So,
I'm pretending to work.
Will it be worth it to come through SEMA from South Africa? Listen, okay, if you can go... all right, so I'm going to say yes, but I also realize how hard it is to get here from South Africa. Because, like, the Rockford rep from South Africa was in...
Master Tech.
Just making sure it's not him. Was at Master Tech. And... you know, it was just a pain in the ass to get here, and he told us all about it, and he's like, you guys need to come to South Africa, it'd be amazing. I'm like, yeah, we do, but yeah, it's still a trip. And they wanted us to come next year. I'm like, I don't think it's going to happen. But anyways, it is, you got to get tickets, you know, obviously being in the industry helps, whether it's anything automotive is really how you get in. It is the biggest car show and trade show, period. Like, the amount of cars the car count is off the chain. Car audio wise is like this big in the grand scheme of things, because it's every aspect of the the automotive world: wheels, tires, paint, protection, tint, upfitting, downfitting, programming, tools to work on them. Every single aspect of the automobile.
Where?
At SEMA.
Yes.
So if you're into the whole car thing, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
The reality is you can probably get through everything thoroughly in about 2 days. Like, if that's all you had to do,
sure,
you could cover the whole thing. If you were walking slow and actually reading the signs, 2 days tops is all you really need. Because what we've done in the past is we go out, because there's like 4 halls, and we would just hit a hall and get the hall done in about an hour. But we'd be moving. We wouldn't be like checking everything out, lifting the curtains and seeing underneath the skirts and stuff. We wouldn't be doing any of that. But yeah, it's a pretty neat show for sure.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Okay. Mother was disappointed with breast cancer, so she involved getting her through that. She is now cancer free.
Congratulations.
Oh, okay, there you go. That's why Berg has been busy. Okay.
Listen, that's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Amazing. Good news.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, well, out of all the excuses, that was a really good one. Sad one, but thanks for coming back, and we're so happy everything is good. Yes. That is for sure, because
100%.
Hashtag cancer sucks.
Yes.
What about North Africa? Yeah, y'all can keep the North Africa side of things.
I want to go all over the world.
I do too, but I kind of don't want to go to North Africa. It's not as an American. I'll pass. South Africa sounds way better. SEMA is an expensive you should do once. Oh, it's expensive you should do once your lifetime if you can. For sure. I always miss the fact that, like, for me, the only regret I had was not going to the Consumer Electronics Show before it started to suck for 12 volts. Like, back in the heyday, like in the 90s is when I should have gone, but didn't, which sucks. So I'll have to live with that regret for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
All right, I'm past it. All right. If you had to guess if there will be anything to top the GSX and the 9500 coming out, what do you think might be debuted at SEMA?
If you have to what?
If like someone was asking, is there going to be new stuff at SEMA? There is going to be new stuff at SEMA, for sure.
It's always good new stuff at SEMA, always.
So I don't think there's any reason to replace the 9500 or the new 9000, which is the double-din version of the same thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any reason to replace that. Like, there's nothing new to add to it that they could do. And when you look at Sony's lineup as far as, like, speakers, amps, and subs, and they just refreshed some of the GS stuff, the reality is the only thing that they're missing in their lineup is DSP, and whether it be DSP amplifiers or standalone DSP. Now, I don't know what they're doing because they don't tell anybody anything. Like, those guys keep stuff really pretty secretive.
They don't even tell their employees.
They don't even tell their employees, yeah. So, will we see something like that from them? We need to, but I don't think we're going to. I'd be really happy if we did. I think we're gonna see some more platforms of radios coming out, as far as, like, because we know that, you know, as like this style quickly replaces radio. We got all these floating screens. So we need different form factors. So I think in every manufacturer, we're going to start seeing different form factors of radios. I don't really think we're going to see anything new and exciting, other than we're going to put it in a different box.
Right.
You know, the straight amplifier refresh that a lot of manufacturers do. Like I said, Sony just refreshed the GS speakers. Are they going to refresh the amplifiers? Probably. Kenwood's had their amplifier line, the 802.5s, 901.5s. They have the 901.5 for probably 5 years now. So will we see a refresh of that? Maybe. I mean, I don't see why not. We know Kicker has stuff. I don't know if they'll wait till SEMA. Probably not. I think we'll see that before then. But everyone is working on something. Everybody we know is working on something. I don't know what their timetable is. I would love to see some new stuff at SEMA. Like, we really need to have a big SEMA this year where a lot of manufacturers walk up to the stage with product, because between when COVID started to now, innovation really hasn't happened. We haven't seen these key products. I mean, Alpine came out with F1 status, which was cool, right? But for the average person, is nothing anyone could get excited about, because it's unobtainium for 99% of the population. So I can't get people excited about that. Retro amplifier manufacturer coming out with amplifier. We'll probably see one at SEMA if they go. I don't know if they're going, but they're getting $2,200 for a retro amp. Probably not high on the list of what most people consider realistic. I'm waiting for a radio that's better than what's currently out. Am I going to see it? Probably not. It's kind of, we need to see some really cool stuff coming from these manufacturers,
for sure,
because everything is getting kind of long in the tooth and boring. So I hope we do. I really hope we do, so that we can take a bunch of pictures of it and talk to you guys about it. Last year there was like a handful of neat things, but nothing spectacular. So, yeah. Hopefully this year we'll get some stuff.
I'm not promising nothing, but...
are you guys doing Dallas?
No.
Debbie did Dallas. Dean doesn't do Dallas. No, we're not going to Dallas Knowledge Fest this year. It just wasn't in the cards. I have something else to do that weekend.
Actually, Smash 4 Productions doesn't have that.
Yeah, Smash Force Productions was...
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any events in there.
So there's something wrong with this right here. This panel is not on properly.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's not, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's not right. Okay. I'll build you a time machine. I mean, wouldn't that be cool? But then you have the whole paradox of going back in time and screwing things up. And yeah, I mean, even as a silent observer, trust me, I've spent a lot of time thinking about time travel. Got to change control arms on Sister's HHR in a bit. Rear bushings are shot. Man, you're a freaking, like, that's magic right there. Like, I don't know how people can work on cars.
How do you work on cars?
I don't know how. Like, outside of the dash and the speakers, it's a mystery to me.
Really?
Yeah. Definitely replace them all so you don't have to. What's up, Bobby? Ah, Mr. Smith, how are you? All right, Living Loud Andy is running my wireless bass knob with voltage monitoring and IR temp monitoring his Kicker 18 voice coil. So far, so good. Oh, that is fantastic. New arms on both sides. There you go. Great seeing all the 5-star regular viewers here with great Friday and weekends. Hey, so it is kind of fun. Friday is always a good day. Friday is always the hardest day for us to come on to Instagram. Just because we do the news and, we kind of like, we're over the whole talkie thing, which I know seems kind of hard to believe, but it is. Like, sometimes you're just like, I'm good. You guys are bad. Dean, does Sue have any aftermarket radio stuff in her car presently, or that she would like to have? Yes. No, there's nothing in her car. We need to put a new radio in it. But I think we're going to make an audible. So we have a 9500 that was supposed to go in his car and her car, but we're not going to put it in her car. We're going to put it in Fernando's car. Does this come off?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think, if anything, I'm going to put either the JVC or the Kenwood floating screen. So either the 5700 or the 1000 in her car. I really need to do it, but I just haven't.
We just need like 3 more days on the week.
Yeah. I did have to replace her door lock actuator last weekend, which was a lot of fun. Did it in my garage at home. She's like, do you have the tools to do this? And I said, I have no idea.
We're going to find out today.
We're going to find out today. Actually, you know what's funny? The one tool I needed that I actually carry in my backpack is a panel tool.
Oh, really?
You know, I have a panel tool, the one that has my name on it that they gave us.
Yeah.
So that's in my backpack, and it's always there. And I was like, yes, they didn't give you one. They didn't like you. They gave me one and put my name on it. I know. They were jerks.
That's just like...
It's sad. It's so sad. But anyways. Kicker key and standalone DSP.
I mean, standalone.
So are those in the works? I think they've said enough on their TV show to kind of tell you that, like, those are all things that they feel that they need to invest in, which is like, you know, bigger, more powerful key amplifiers, standalone DSP with keys. So I mean, I feel like the roadmap for a lot of these companies are pretty obvious, but we just don't like to think about it because we don't know when this stuff is going to come out. So that's where we're at with a lot of these, with like Kicker, because Kicker does tell you guys a lot of stuff, and they do the whole wink thing. So you know, we'll see what timeline they're on and whatnot. I'm more interested in the manufacturers that are like keeping stuff close to their chest and not really telling us stuff, which there aren't too many of those. But there again, once the embargo on the information is lifted, then it just becomes way more fun because we can tell you guys all this stuff. So, what is Fernando working on? So Fernando is working on a Nissan Altima. This is in today. So this is weird. So this is in today for just a old standard double DIN Bluetooth radio. And believe it or not, we've done 2 of these today, which is like, we don't do these ever back to back. Strange, right? That means we'll do one tomorrow morning because everything comes in 3s. But their factory radio died. They just wanted the cheapest thing they could get that would look cool. So we sold them this. And then this speaker was vapor locked, hard as a rock. So we put in some basic coaxials to replace them. Factory upgrade, nothing fantastic. Just to get him in and out here really quick. Paul's got some family in town, so
it's gonna be party in his house, so everybody's invited.
Yeah, he's like, he wants to get out of here, which I'm fine with that. I think he wants to leave early tomorrow too, so keep an eye on the feed. We might be going early tomorrow because if he's like if he's like 2 o'clock, we're leaving. I'm like,
breaking news: 5-Star Car Stereo Show is gonna be start 2 p.m.
I mean, it might just be like, hey, sorry guys, but like we want to go home too. It's Saturday.
Oh my god,
that's extra hours worth of nap time right there, man. Get that good Saturday nap. What is your go-to Kenwood Exelon Double DIN high-res audio head unit? It's a 958, I believe is what it's called. So Kenwood makes 3 9 series. They make a Exelon 9 series, and then they make 2 XR Exelon 9 series. The flagship one has navigation. You don't really want that one. We don't have one. The one right below that is the one that you want.
XR.
Yeah, but he said double DIN.
Oh, okay.
So, but they make a 9 series. Ooh, thumbs up, guy. So anything 9 series is going to be fantastic. They make a 908 too, which is like, I hate to say the entry level version of it. But, I mean, technically that's what it is. It's not really an entry level version of it. But yeah. Walrus, dude, that is fantastic. Walruses are long in the tooth.
What?
He said walruses are long in the tooth. It's a dad joke. It's a dad joke. You know a walrus, right? The animal?
Yeah.
They have tusks, big, too big. So they're long and yeah. Okay, come on, man. I'm in design, new radio with a lot of added extras, including controlling the monitoring of our wireless bass knobs as soon control and monitor all audio and car dash. Okay, that'd be cool, but I doubt it. Dude, they don't care anymore. Says the guy that works on cars. I don't know. Where do I find some good 12-volt TVs? I'm talking 32-inch and bigger. Really? You buy a regular AC TV and you put a power inverter in there, and then you have.
What do you need?
Weber fan needs a 12-volt TV. I don't know of any 12-volt TVs.
You know where they can go? Go to Vox. VOX.
Yeah, but they don't make a 32-inch TV.
Oh, they do?
No, they don't. Vox does not make a 32-inch TV.
I just want to try to.
I don't even think they make a 32-inch TV because the motorhomes would use them, and motorhomes just use AC TVs. Mm-hmm. So, just get a power inverter.
A power inverter.
Yeah, I would just do power inverter and call it a day. Love the videos. Thank you. We love doing them. Can't wait to move back to Florida. I mean, if you live in the snow, yes, but otherwise, I don't know what the hurry would be. Dean, mechanical is easier than electrical.
Really? I feel it's not.
Yeah, I disagree. I understand what you're saying, but no. I don't know. I mean, I think you either understand something or you don't, right? Isn't that really what it is? You either get it or you don't get it. And until you get it, it's just a mystery. I'm not saying that like everything in life, there's a point at which you go, oh, I get it now. And until you reach that point, everything is just kind of like working towards that. How's it going today, gents?
Going.
It's not payday.
It's going.
I don't think it's payday for us either, so it just sucks. It's just another day that ends in why. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why didn't I just stay home? You know, all the whys.
Yeah, I get it.
YouTube doesn't recommend your videos like they used to. Really?
Who?
I mean, you just subscribe. That's really the easiest thing to do.
The thing is, like, you also have to, kind of like the content, because the algorithm sees what you like, what you don't like.
Yeah, so okay, so for example, like if I watch one thing on politics, just one thing on politics, my feed is screwed. Because I can't help it. I have to watch it. And I'll watch it, and then I'll be like, because I just like watching movie previews. So right now, my YouTube feed is filled with... Sorry about that. Right now, my YouTube feed is filled with movie previews that pretty much suck and political crap that I don't want to watch. So I have to watch a bunch of other stuff to get that out of my feed. But yeah, it sucks. So if you're not watching like all the 12-volt stuff, it's not going to populate ours. The stuff I want to watch, I just subscribe to, and then I go to my subscribed playlist and watch everything there. Paul's son's car is finished. We did talk about that. I think we talked about that last week. So if you go to Monday's video on YouTube, you'll see the end of that. I think we even played it. Thank God. And if you'd like to buy an SC400, man, we'll give you a killer deal on one. It starts now. Just so it's not hot out. Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube algorithms have changed lately. Recommended stuff I don't look at. Yeah, I think they're just getting ready for this time of the year. They're just going to recommend political crap to everybody. Installing a Kenwood Exelon 705 using amp for... How would you feel about using head units for a set of tweeters? I wouldn't. I would never do that. Never, ever. I don't mind putting a set of coaxials on them, even if I did a set of components on the front. Now, there is, at some radios you can do active mode where you do tweeters on 2 of the channels, mid-range and sub, no rears. But that's really about it. Tweeter to me should be on the best amplifier you have in the car and not the radio. So that's where I fall on that.
Sure.
Coax. Okay, yeah. So, but we use the radio to power the rear coax all the time, because the nice thing about the Kenwood is you You have tons of level control, which is gain built into it. You have it in the crossover, and you have it in the time alignment. So you can really work the rear speakers in order to get the levels on them good. The only caveat that we found is now CarPlay comes out of front and rear speakers. So when the CarPlay chick comes on to talk, all the work you've done to make the rears not so loud, she's going to sound like she's in full effect in the back of the car, and you're going to be like, what the f is going on? Yeah, that's a new thing. It's really weird. It just started doing that. We don't know why, and it sucks. So take what you can get, Dean. Hell no. Never settle. Never settle for anything. I don't settle. Screw that. I want it all, baby. Put hands on new AC. So here's the funny. You're talking about the new audio control altitude amplifiers. We just had a meeting today about them. The reality is this. They did something that they probably are regretting at the moment. Or I don't know. They might not be. Who knows? But they released a pre-order on them. And they're not ready yet. Meaning they're not here for us to it's pre-order. So there are none here in Florida.
Not yet.
At headquarters. They don't have them. So there's no. But as soon as they get them, we're supposedly going to get some to play with, because they want us to do an amp rack for them so they can do pictures and stuff. So marketing wants an amp rack all wired up looking pretty 5-star style. So I really hope we get some soon, because that takes a lot of time to do. But yeah, no, we're pretty excited to. I love it when we get new products, because we get, that we get to play with, because that's always fun.
Oh yeah.
Early show, then you can get started on the lab, or just go home and, I don't know, have a little bit of a life. Saw where Stinger released new head units on their site. Really? That's new to me, because I didn't get that email. Did you get? I didn't.
No.
I didn't see an email.
Oh.
I think it just might be I think they might have like the Grundeds back in stock. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. But thanks. I'll check it out later tonight and see what they did. Because all through COVID, they had a doubled in that they were selling. Like, we were buying by the truckload, because that was all we could get our hands on. And they weren't too bad. They're actually pretty nice. We never saw them again. So in my world, they were perfect. But
Sure.
Does mixing crossovers and slopes create a headache? Will Butterworth and Linkwitz with 6 dB and 24 dB slopes work together, or fight each other? Good question. So there are a lot of scenarios in which case. All right, so there's the easy road and the hard road. Let's restart. And the hard road is not necessarily hard in a sense like, it's so strong. So the easy road is 24 dB Linkwitz Riley. And the reason why we do that is for the phasing problem between the tweeter to the mid to the mid bass. And a lot of that gets resolved because of the slope in those crossover points. However, we're in a vehicle, and there are certain times where an 18 dB Butterworth might be better. There are certain cases where a 6 dB Butterworth might be better, or even a 24. 24 dB Butterworth on the mid bass and on the subwoofer sometimes works really, really well. So is there a wrong answer? Yes. Is there a better answer? Probably. But the goal out of all of this is to prevent your speakers from blowing and make it sound good. So sometimes massaging the crossover points can change the way the car sounds, maybe help something blend together better. So if you want to be safe, the Linkwitz 24 is a very safe place to start. And then once you start to work with that and understand how it affects the speakers. So like you could do 12 dB Butterworth on a 3-way set. You just have to flip the mid bass 180, because there's a dip that's going to happen at those crossover points. So if you flip it 180, which a lot of the times in a passive crossover, so if you do a passive crossover 3-way set, you'll find, because they're usually 12 dB, because you have to have a cap and a coil to do 12, you have to have either 2 caps or 2 coils and a coil or a cap, so 3 components to do 18, and to do 24, you have to have 2 caps, 2 coils. Well, that'd be a massive passive crossover that no one's going to do. So typically it's a cap and a coil, high and low pass filter, and it's 12 dB Butterworth, and you just flip the mid-range 180, and then you won't get the dip at the crossover point so severe. If you ever polarity check those and it'll be like tweeter will be positive, mid-range will be negative, and the mid-bass will be positive. And immediately, it's not gonna suck. It's gonna play fine because all three speakers are playing different frequencies, and where the crossover point actually happens, or the filter point actually happens, it's gonna fix itself. Okay, so by the time it gets to your ear, everything is okay. So there's a lot to do with crossovers other than guessing. I have a phone book at home that's just understanding crossovers that I've gotten about a third of the way through it, and it's like the most boring thing on the planet. But yeah, there's other types of crossovers too. You have Bessel, you have Chevy Chev, and there's one Technodyne or some weird thing like that. It's sometimes those will actually make things sound better and different because they change the slope at the crossover. It can be fun. It can be fun. But anytime, okay, so here's the words of wisdom to this. Anytime you're going to make a change, make small changes, okay? So don't just flip 10 things. Flip one thing. See what that does. Ride with it for a day. See if it sounds better or worse. Then make another change. Don't make 6 changes, because if it sounds like crap, 5 of those changes could have been awesome. The one change that sounds like crap is queering the deal for everything. So make small changes, subtle changes. That's where the nuances of between good and great lie. That was like a speech. If I swap my Kenwood 907 for the Stinger High 10, do I need to run a new mic? Yes. Kenwood Exelon not available in South Africa. As far as I know, we'll get one from you if I come to SEMA. So South Africa doesn't have Exelon because Exelon is only an American version of the unit. However, the unit is available in other countries, just not called Exelon. So it's the same unit, it just has a DAB tuner and all the same features. Exelon is something the US came up with. So you actually might have a 907. You just don't. It'd be a 908 now, but yeah.
For the Stinger has a built-in Bluetooth mic.
The Stinger does have a built-in mic also.
So
you might not even need to bother running a mic.
You don't. Yes, you can use the built-in mic.
It actually works really well,
and it works really nice. So
yeah. So like when you do the Jeep system, like because the screen is right here. I mean, it's not that far away, and it's out on the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, you might be better. Good point. Good high five. Good call. Woo! Yeah, definitely. Use the built-in mic. You do have to go in and turn it on, but it's
on the install.
Yeah, I like, trust me, anytime everyone can be a YouTube mechanic. Everyone could be a YouTube mechanic.
I'm a certified YouTube.
You are?
Yeah.
Certified YouTube? Dude, we got to make those patches.
Yes.
Next round, I'll make a couple of those. Hi, Haley.
Hi, Haley.
Paul might ship it to you. He won't ship anything out of the country.
No. I mean, if you have an address in here in the U.S.,
it'll forward it to you.
Ship it to you here, but yeah.
See, I don't think Stinger has new head units. I think they just have put some of their older head units back on their website. So, all right. But we'll find out. I will take a look tonight, and we can talk about it tomorrow. All right, hold on. It just jumped to the end here. I apologize. Okay, all right, I lost some. I'm aging myself with that question. All right. Oh, I missed the question. Have different accounts to see stuff you don't want to influence your main channel. That's a good one. Okay. Had one of those old TRC half-din screens and the 12.5-inch drop-down back in the day. Does anybody make a super high-end half-din flip-out TFT or like the old ones I had? So the only company that still makes a flip-out is Pioneer. They still make a flip-out, and it does have wired CarPlay. It's not a single-din. It's a single-din, not a half-din. So really, Pioneer is the only one that still makes that of brand. Like, yeah, because everyone's gone to the monitors, those standalone or big screens. Do you guys get slight echo when using maps on Android? Happen in both of our cars. iPhone.
Sometimes when you get an echo is if the volume of the source that you used before is higher than the Bluetooth mic on.
Right, but he's just saying, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
You can get, because I have
well,
it in my car.
Oh, you get an echo?
Yeah, I had an echo. So what I do is go back to the radio or the source that I would listen to it, turn it down, and then just, yeah. I mean,
so
that's
it's funny.
The only thing I can.
Sue's Nissan has an echo. It's always, the factory radio has an echo. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts. Brian's phone has an echo sometimes too. Have you done any new Ford Broncos? Yes. I'm having trouble getting front mids to play lower than 120 hertz. Using Hertz Milli Pros install in good, no matter the electric crossover, it still won't play low. Correct. It will not. It never will. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because there's not enough airspace behind the woofer for it to play low. It's in a very crappy location. So what you're going to get is crap from it. Jeff was talking about there's I think there's a piece of material up high that is blocking the sound or blocking the air. I think he was talking about he removed that.
Really?
In the amp one, and the mid bass came back.
Oh.
Because it's like a piece of sound treatment that's up high that covers a hole that goes down into the chamber that the mid bass is firing in. But yeah, it's the Bronco. It has.
Pull it out.
Yep, it's the Bronco. It just has to do with the Bronco sucking. The other thing too that you have to keep in mind on the Bronco, keys are in it. Yes, we know. Two things. One, don't use the Metro brackets or the pack brackets for that matter, because they stick out too far and they'll hit the grill. So you got to make your own custom brackets. And also, that kick panel is very flimsy, so it moves a lot. But that's still not going to limit the amount of mid bass you have. But yeah, your speaker is probably too big to go into that kick panel and put out any real mid bass. Kind of sucks. But yeah. Hey Nando, is the radio plug on the Tau still the same 52 or 48 pin plug? He's never. We haven't taken the radio out of the Taos yet. We do have the. So iData makes a dash kit for it, along with the interface. So we have all iData pieces to go into it. So Mobridge interface, yeah. So you got a good interface going into it. So there's no. Either way, it's going to be that kick panel sucks. But is Dyno audio hard to get in the US? No, I don't think so. I mean, I have a set of Dyno audios sitting right there. That box. So the replacement factory amp and DSP, aka Bronco kit. Okay, so Mike is having fun talking about that. Hi, just installed a new mic on my Pioneer, the AVH 400. And whenever I'm driving and talking to someone over the telephone, they have a hard time hearing me. What could be the cause of that one? How far away is the mic from you? Typically, we put the mic up by the rearview mirror. You could also just have a problem with the radio itself. There is some adjustments for the phone. Now, depending on the radio, you can only get to the adjustments if you're on a phone call in some radios. Others you can get to anytime. So you might need to go in and turn up the mic sensitivity when you're on the actual phone call. So you might just want to call somebody and be like, hey, I'm screwing with my radio, just chill out. The other thing too is you could try moving the microphone closer and see if it improves. If it doesn't, you might actually just have a bad radio. So that has happened before where we've had, issues no matter what we did, and it was like put a new one in, fixed. It's like, How do you integrate into a 2067 Equinox non-Pioneer? I would head over to Metra and see if they make the DSP Lite interface for that. You don't need necessarily use their DSP, but they'll have, if they make one, that's what you'd want to use, because that'll give you the ability to control chime and all those other fun things. Otherwise, you're going to need some form of a DSP that has either a notch filter or a really good parametric EQ. The biggest problem with that is going to be door chime. You got to be able to control the door chime, because it's going to go ding, ding, and you're going to wet your pants. I will try that. Thank you. No problem. Oh. Yeah, okay, sorry. I'm just touching buttons here. Stinger is showing double DIN 6.8, but the label new has wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. So that might be the updated version of the Grundig radio they were selling during COVID. Stinger, yeah. I'm thinking they just did an updated version of that, because they sold that thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like a high 10. It doesn't have the same operating system or anything. I want a triple DIN. I mean, back in the day, Mazda had those. You want to shut the back door so we
triple
don't...
DIN?
They had a triple DIN. Actually, I think it was like... Yeah, it was like a triple stack. Really? Might have been a quad stack. And it was cool. It was in the RX-7. Google, like, RX-7, like 88 RX-7 dash. That thing was awesome. It had, like... a slide EQ. It looked like an 80s home stereo. It was sexy as hell. Can I use my amp crossover as protection for tweeters? 12 dB slope, 1.5K or better. Use a cap. Yeah, I mean it doesn't matter which one you use. Sure. Yes, you can use it. Yes, it's not going to affect anything. I find it nerve-wracking sometimes when people worry about that stuff. Very rarely have we... Okay, so the only time we had anything fail in the last 5 years, we had a DSP that went back to factory. And factory it rebooted factory, shut everything off, but it reboots in factory mode, which is volume all the way down. So it didn't do anything. Other than that, I have never had a DSP not function. So,
sure.
But if you're worried about it, yes, you can use the amplifier as long as it's below the crossover point that you're setting in the DSP, so you don't screw with the... Yes, there's no reason why you couldn't. It'll work and do exactly what you want. He's talking about Dyno is correct. No kidding, Mike. Wow. Should we take a screenshot and just remember that? Where it says, Dean is correct. I mean, I think, can we get that on a poster? How about a t-shirt?
No.
I love Mike. Gotta get some of his lights. Okay, thank you. I actually sealed up the hole with sound dampening. Oh, definitely remove it. Yes, remove it. See, because remember, the mid-bass is made to play in a door of a car. Okay, that airspace, even though they're free air, free air means that the box is so big, it doesn't even really matter. You've actually put them in a box, and there's no way for it to breathe. So I would suggest going up there and pulling that thing off, and hopefully that'll fix the problem. All right, have fun with your sister's car, man. I'm using Pioneer AVH 4100 NEX. Does it have a mic sensitivity? Yes, but I think in that one, it only worked when you were on an actual phone call. So try doing that. The new spot in the shopping center is actually doing really well. I'll tell you what, we'll end it there. Let's walk over, and because we made a little bit of progress this week. Not a lot, just a little. So I'll walk you over there and show you what we got done this week. Which, honestly, if we can get anything done, it's pretty amazing. The only thing I didn't do today, which I wanted to, is replace out the Pioneer radio that's dead. So we did this week where these are all the, I don't know what they are. I can't remember whose they are, but we have these enclosure mounted here. These both work. I got to replace that radio, and I just got my JVC in, so I needed to do that, but I didn't do it today, so I suck. And then back here in the bass room, we added this shelf. These aren't going to stay here. They're just there for now as placeholders, because the kicker amplified downfiring subs just came back in stock. So this is all and I know they're upside down, but I want people to see the woofers, so
I just want to take this. This one was my idea.
It was your idea.
No, not really.
It's totally your idea. It's totally your idea. So all these are adjustable shelving so that we can adjust this. But I wanted all these in one spot so they're easy to find and we can get to them. There's way too many of them, but yeah. So we got that done.
This. That is awesome because customers come and it's like, hey, I'm looking for this thing.
Yeah.
I have a really nice kicker, 10-inch. You want a 12? Of course, I have a 12. Do you have 3 12s? Of course, I have right here.
You have 3 12s? Spike mode?
Spike mode.
Spike mode. But anyways, that is what we got going on in here. I was supposed to call this week. So one of the things I want to do, I have a airport chair couch coming for here, which I just ordered. Should be in next week. And then I need to call and I'm going to have Jody make me this, but I want it to go all along this wall so I can have something to set this on. We also dug out, we ordered 3 of these islands. There's 2 there and 1 here, so we put all the Rockford stuff on this. Trying to see how this all works. But I don't like this, so I want dedicated space, and then still want my TV and desk. So that's gonna come. But that's it. That's what's happening in the retail side of things for now. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.